Hello everyone, my name is Cameron McFeely and today I'm going to be sharing my presentation on Rocket League that was done by Hunter Nowakowski as well as myself. So Rocket League is considered a sports-based video game. Unlike most sports games, it relies heavily on mechanical skill, which I think separates it from other games like Madden or NBA 2K. So for the history of Rocket League, it actually didn't start out as Rocket League at the beginning. Back in 2008, Psyonix developed supersonic acrobatic rocket-powered battle cars, also known as SARP. This game had the same mechanics as Rocket League. As you can see in the bottom right, it looks the same, but the mechanics are way more refined now. The graphics are a lot better, but people still really enjoyed playing SARP. I'm sure if there were people right now that could go back and play it, they would just because of the nostalgia. It still plays the same as Rocket League, just not as defined. However, Rocket League was released on July 7th, 2015 by Psyonix, and within weeks of it coming out, it had massive success just because a game like this had never been released before, and there still hasn't been one that has competed with Rocket League. So Rocket League can be played on any platform from PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, and PC. It offers crossplay, which is a newer addition to the game. People were begging for this for a while, and it was finally released. So you could play from PlayStation with Xbox players, Switch people with PC. You can mix and match. Um, Mostly this is played on PC, and for the people that play on PC, they use a controller just because it's a lot easier to use the mechanics on a controller rather than a keyboard and mouse. I myself use a Xbox controller while playing on PC. So the purpose and goal of Rocket League, basically it is a game of soccer played with cars. It's a 5-minute match timer. The team with the most goals at the end of the 5-minute timer wins. If there's a tie going into the end of the 5 minutes, then it goes into overtime where the first team to score wins. So one of the best thing about Rocket League is the many different game modes they offer you to be able to play. So in the standard matchmaking, a player can choose to play 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, or 4v4, which is called Chaos. Normally, in tournaments, you're playing 3v3. Now for the other different game modes that aren't standard, you have Hoops, which is a 2v2 game mode. If you look in the bottom left of that picture, you're trying to shoot it into a raised hoop. There's Snow Day, which is played 3v3. It's played with a hockey puck. There's a game mode called Rumble, which uses power-ups in a regular standard game mode to make it a little bit more exciting. And I think this is one of the most fun things about the game is the variety of different ways you can play it. So I already addressed a little bit about how the game is played in prior slides, but one of the most important aspects of it is rotating. So rotating is basically where you and your teammates choose to position yourselves on the field to ensure that you're going to be able to get to any ball, or if a shot's hit onto your goal that you can save it. One of the most devastating things your teammate can do or you can do is overcommitting on a ball. They call it ball chasing. Most of the time, if you ball chase, you take yourself out of proper rotation, and this will leave your team without anyone in net, and then you'll get scored on. So as I mentioned earlier, the game was developed by Psyonix. However, in 2019, Epic Games purchased Psyonix, and this came with a lot of backlash. People weren't very happy that Epic Games took over, mainly because they changed a lot of the core principles of Rocket League, like trading and being able to open crates. So Rocket League has had a cumulative 75 million players across all platforms. Their peak player count was 130,000. This was at one time. And the Rocket League Championship Series, also known as RLCS, has peak viewership over 370,000, which is pretty high. So for tournaments, the highest level you can play at is the RLCS, and it has a pretty big prize pool in 2021-2022 season. The prize pool is 6 million. And to get to RLCS, you got to play through the grid, and this is basically a pre-qualifier tournament to get into RLCS. So we've got some pictures here. The bottom left is Rocket League's opening screen. The top left and top bottom right are just some people playing it. And then the top right is from 2018 RLCS Championship, where Cloud9 with players Squishy Muffins, Gimmick, and Torment won the RLCS Championship over Dignitas. Here's our works cited. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and if you haven't played Rocket League before, I highly suggest it.